Hey guys, I made it back to Amsterdam. That's right, safe and sound. I told y'all that I was gonna, come here. It's Sunday. It's Fab's Funday vlog. That's right. And I just landed, and I thought, out of the plane, first thing I should do is set up because I still have the energy. It was a long weekend, so I'm doing it now before I make an excuse and say, well, I feel tired today. It's been a long weekend. I think I'm going to take it easy. We only live once, y'all. Only live once. And this is why, we got to go full force. And I know you guys are waiting too, so I'm like, yeah, this is cool, man. It's a circle of energy that I talk about that I love to be part of. You understand? I'm keeping you in the loop. As you can see, I've been busy. We're on the road, John Davis, having a good time. And what I love about being on the road is I consider it like a rehearsal. So every time you're on stage, you learn new things to get better. Because the goal is to get better and better and better. Because at some point, the stages are going to get even bigger. And I think last night, I made a mistake about 20,000 in one of my comments. I'm not sure, but it was 12,000. And we performed at one of the largest arena in Middle Europe. So that was really cool. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about music because I got a question from a French person because it was written in French. So I assume it's French, right? But hey, these days with Google Translate, you never know. I love this new thing, standing up. I'm loving it because I can stand, I can move around, I can turn, I can move as opposed to be static in one position. And it's about music, it's about my musical journey. And this person asked me, what did I listen to growing up? And what am I listening to right now? And what made me the artist that I am today? And what various artists really inspired me until today. So let's go. The first person that inspired me to get into music or to develop that love for music was my grandfather. He was an accordionist player, and in the Caribbean, in Guadeloupe, where my parents were born, you have a carnival that takes place every summer. So it's about 2 months of festivities. And music is a big part, a big component of the festivities. And you have all kinds of bands throughout the island playing different styles of music, because in each island in the Caribbean you have different styles, different grooves. You have what you call roca is one of them, and I grew up with that. And my father used to play salsa, merengue, and Cuban music as well. But the one that I knew very well was roca, major groove. Those grooves are so classic. As a matter of fact, when I was back in the Caribbean, I checked it out a little bit, and I was amazed to hear how classic it sounds. It sounds very modern. So if you want to check it out, roca. That's how you pronounce it. And you have bands like Gooooo, very famous, internationally known French bands from the Caribbean who've made a long career that are still on the road with different styles of music in their music, Creole music, Caribbean music. So all that being said, all that music has been inspiring me through the years. And the first kind of American music that I've heard was from my father, and he used to listen to James Brown and Otis Redding, and my mom used to listen to Maria Callas, a very famous opera singer. She was Greek, living in New York, moved to New York. I can't remember the history, but an amazing diva, a classic. Look into that, Maria Callas. So then James Brown, I heard James Brown a lot. So when we got a VHS, like those machines, VHS tape recorder, uh, I started to record stuff on television, music programs, and I was able to record a few things on James Brown. With a friend of mine's brother, I recorded like a long, long section on a couple VHS tapes, and it was about James Brown talking about the conception of his albums to the steps he would make steps, he would go certain grooves, live performing, and it was really interesting for me to watch the whole process and how he talked about it and how passionate he was about it. That was pretty amazing. He was happy, he was smiling, he was strong, and he had been with his music. He had been a very watching this thing. I think I remember him being someone that was standing for human rights. He helped. Anyway, you have to look into that. James Brown, very influential. I don't want to go on and on. I'm gonna make this short. But anyway, James Brown, and then came Bob Marley. Bob Marley was like, wow. Every Sunday, my mom used to play that too. And Peter Tosh, Bob Marley and the Wellers. So I got into the reggae thing. And a little bit later, when I started getting into the Marvin Gaye of the world, then the Dinah Ross, then it was the whole Motown situation. And that was super cool because that opened my world to soul music. And then from soul music, I discovered around the same time the Beatles. That was super cool. So the Beatles, Led Zeppelin as well. What else? Oh, let's not forget Queen, Freddie Mercury. That was for me another one. Bites the Dust was an incredible record. We Are the Champions. I mean, I loved Queen. Loved it. As a matter of fact, I remember watching a movie called Highlander, and they had done part of the soundtrack. Amazing. So, and then I moved on to some of my friends had older brothers, and they were into other types of music, like heavy metal, Saxon, Motorhead, Scorpions, B-52s, Sex Pistols, and I found myself liking all of it because music is like fruit to me, and I took a little bit of. I loved a little something in each of his records. But what I liked about Sex Pistols was the rawness. It was not really like musical, but it was raw. It was punk, Sex Pistols, but I loved the energy, and they looked very happy, and they were doing what they looked like they were doing what they wanted to do in life. And Jackson 5, of course, Michael Jackson, Jackie Wilson, also very cool. The Platters. I mean, musically, I'm very eclectic. My musical diet varies. Jazz, Miles Davis. So I listened to a lot of things growing up. But I must say that R&B and soul played a very important part in what I became today as an artist, 100%. And I can't forget, the unforgettable Stevie Wonder. I mean, that, wow. To me, Songs in the Key of Life, and many more, and many more, and many more. So relevant. So, love the message that he had as well. Just go check him out. If you don't know, if you've never really looked into it, Stevie Wonder, one of my favorites, classic. And well, I'll stop right here. You know, I'm a music lover, and I will always stay in the music. However, things change in life, but music will always play an important part of my life because it's a medium through which I can really express myself as a songwriter, and it allows me to venture into myself. It's also very therapeutic, very much. Part two, what have I been listening to lately? Well, I like to go back in time. You know, going back in time is very important because of the fact that, you know, you have to know your history before you can move forward and create something else and be inspired. Because it's like alchemy of sounds and energy. So when you go back far enough and you come back in the present, and then that's how in your present you're going to do something in the future. And I've been listening to Kendrick Lamar's album in 2015. Whoa, that album was crazy. I mean, what a concept. I love all the interludes that come into it, and he has a very, very, very strong message. And the work that went into it, man, that team is sick. So I've been listening to that. I've been listening to a few old albums in the 90s from The Roots as well. The Roots are dope live bands. I mean, sick. And been listening to Gorillaz, also the Gorillaz. Very dope project. What else? Oh, I've been also listening to a little bit of Jodeci lately. Some old Daft Punk. What else did I listen to? What was I listening to? Can't remember. Sometimes I put my iPod on random and I just go. Oh yeah. Isaac Hayes. Dope records. Wow. That's just Isaac Hayes, crazy. Luther Vandross too. A couple songs like. Man, my dude was a master. Anyway, music is life. For me, you know. Anyway, for me, it is. I believe that music is healing as well. 100%. Keep music in your life, and whenever you feel down, you know, it's there as a, you know, it helps through the journey. Don't you think? When your heart is broken, what do? You start listening to music, but then something really interesting happens. When your heart is broken, a song that you used to listen to is affecting you in a very different way. That's the power of music. That's what I love about music. Anyway, I'm gonna disappear. It was a pleasure talking to you, y'all. And we had a great show with John. It was awesome. Buda and Pest, two different cities, treated us with love. The audience was killing it, nice and loud, just like we like it. And I know that they went home with memories, because that's what it's about. We make memories together. Life is too short. Live it to the fullest, and make sure that whatever time you spend with family and friends, or whatever you do in life, make sure it counts. Make memories. Enjoy life. Do what you like. Keep it positive. This is Fab Morvan. Over and out. Until the next episode, I wish you all a wonderful week. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go kill it. And, you know, I'm working on many things, and things are coming together. We're taking care of the paperwork right now. And that's the business part that you've got to handle. You've got to handle that. Whatever you do, Whether it's music, a business, buying a house, make sure the paperwork is right, that you have the right people looking out for you because you don't want to make any mistakes. You can't, all right? Because mistakes will set you back. And you don't want to do that. You want to make steps forward. You want to make a step. You don't want to go back. You want to move forward and get closer to your goals. That's it. Anyway, bam, I'm out. I'm about to press the button. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Come on.